Yo, what's up YouTube? Lee the Captain here, back again with the latest and greatest crypto news and content. And if we take a look at this, Chris Marszalek tweets out, as promised, our audited proof of reserves are finally out. If we take a look at this, the verification was conducted by Mazars Group, a leading international audit, tax, and advisory firm employing more than 44,000 professionals in more than 90 countries. So Mazars is very reputable. They didn't get some random company to just audit this. They actually got a real deal company to get involved and actually verify their proof of reserves. The results of the reserve ratio of major assets were as follows. If we take a look at this, Crypto.com is actually holding more than what customers are storing, because take a look at the reserve ratio, it's all above 100%. And for example, we take a look at Bitcoin, we take a look at Ethereum, USDC, USDT, Crypto.com all holds more than what customers are actually storing. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, Crypto.com, because they're doing all of this insane advertising, Super Bowl commercials, Crypto.com Arena, doing all of this. Oh, why isn't Binance doing this? Oh, Crypto.com is going to go bankrupt, all this type of stuff. You know, Crypto.com is not going bankrupt. And in fact, if we take a look at these customer reserves, it shows that they're not playing with customer assets, because a lot of people were saying, oh, they must be using customer funds in order to fund all of this. That's not true. In fact, they actually hold more than what customers are actually storing on their exchange. And I actually think that this whole FTX situation is a blessing in disguise. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, in the short term, it may suck. The prices of crypto is going down with FTX, Alameda going down, the price of CRO also being affected very heavily, because a lot of people, they were thinking that, oh, Crypto.com is going to be the next exchange to go down. Oh, what is this? A lot of people were spreading FUD. A lot of people were fearful, selling off their CRO. And that's why we saw the price of CRO going from around 12 cents just around a month ago to now to around 6 cents. And in the long term, I actually think that this is good for two reasons. The first reason is that exchanges are actually now becoming more secure. They are actually being more transparent to the users, as we see right here, Crypto.com releasing audited proof of reserves. We see other exchanges out there releasing their proof of reserves. Everyone is rushing to release their proof of reserves. So I think that's actually a good thing from the customer side, especially in the long term, because if this whole FTX situation didn't happen, other exchanges out there, they wouldn't be inclined to do this. They wouldn't have any motivation to do this. But with this happening, with a lot of people getting fearful when it comes to exchanges, a lot of people trying to withdraw from exchanges, I think a lot more exchanges are actually improving and actually using this as a learning lesson. And the second reason is because the price of CRO is low. And the reason why I like that is because the lower the price, the way I view it, the higher the potential, because I believe that CRO is going to easily smash through $2 during the next bull run. So the lower the price, the way I take a look at it is that it's just giving me much more potential in terms of gains of CRO in the long term. And a lot of people have been complaining when it comes to these audited proof of reserves. A lot of people have been wondering, how much Bitcoin does Crypto.com actually have? How much USDC does Crypto.com actually have? Because when they take a look at these proof of reserves, it just says reserve ratio, how many percent. It doesn't say how much they actually have. And to my understanding, the reason why Crypto.com didn't want to release this is for privacy reasons. So that's why in these proof of reserves, Crypto.com is not saying how much Bitcoin they have, how much Ethereum they have. They're not stating that. But actually, if people take a look at coinmarketcap.com, they can actually take a look at how much Crypto.com is actually holding, not just their reserve ratio. If we take a look at this exchange section in CoinMarketCap, if we take a look at the list of exchanges, any exchange that has this green tick right beside them, you can actually click on it. For example, if we take a look at Crypto.com, we can see how much they're actually holding. So we see right here, Crypto.com has over $3.4 billion in assets, and we can see all their cold wallet addresses. For example, we see USDC, Shiba Inu, we see Bitcoin, and you can actually see the value amount of those crypto holdings. So yes, even though these audited proof of reserves don't show how much exactly Crypto.com has, if you actually take a look at CoinMarketCap.com, you can actually see how much they have. And some people may be wondering, oh, how come Crypto.com holds so much Shiba Inu? How come they hold so much dog Elon Mars? Why are they holding so much meme coins? And the reason why they're holding so many meme coins is because they have no control over what customers buy. They're just simply storing what customers are buying on their exchange. So when people buy Shiba Inu, when people buy dog Elon Mars, when people buy Dogecoin, Crypto.com has no control over that. Crypto.com is simply just giving them a platform to buy it, and they can hold it on the exchange if they want to, or move it to a hot wallet or cold wallet if they want to. It's really up to the customer's choice. But if they do decide to hold it on the exchange, again, that's why we see that they have a lot of Shiba Inu, dog Elon Mars, because those are what customers are simply buying. And also when it comes to KuCoin, they're also holding a lot of Shiba Inu. Again, they have no control over what customers buy. I mean, KuCoin doesn't have nowhere near as much Shiba Inu as Crypto.com, but I think it simply depends on the behavior of the people buying on the exchange. Crypto.com is a well-run exchange. They're not doing anything weird behind the scenes. They're not doing all of this sketchy stuff like trading with customer funds, manipulating customer funds like what we saw in the case of the clown show FTX, manipulating customer funds, trading with it, sending it over to Alameda Research to trade. All of this type of nonsense. Crypto.com doesn't do that whatsoever. Crypto.com does not run a hedge fund. And on top of that, with these audited proof of reserves, I think it proves that Crypto.com isn't doing anything weird behind the scenes. A lot of people like to think that FTX went down because a lot of people were withdrawing, but that's not true. If they're actually holding customer assets, it doesn't matter if everyone withdraws, they're going to still be able to allow that. But, if they're, again, right, if they're playing with customer funds, setting it over to Alameda Research to trade, then yeah, of course, when people start withdrawing, they're not going to have enough to actually allow those withdrawals. And now, when it comes to the topic of FTX, take a look at this right here. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is set to face market manipulation inquiry. Federal prosecutors are investigating whether SBF and his hedge fund orchestrated trades in a way that led to the collapse of two cryptocurrencies in May. And they're talking about UST Terra Luna. A lot of people have been speculating that SBF was what was behind that Terra Luna UST crash. And I'm not surprised by this because this is what Sam Bankman-Fried does. This is how he got rich. If you take a look at how Sam Bankman-Fried actually attained his wealth, it's by arbitrage trading, manipulating the market, doing all of these sketchy trades behind the scenes. This is what he likes to do. This is his MO. And initially, when Terra Luna crashed, everyone thought it was because of Justin Sun, Justin Sun of Tron, because shortly before UST depegged, Justin Sun announced on Twitter that he was going to buy UST, and even Do Kwon actually responded and asked him, hey, what are you doing? So a lot of people thought it was Justin Sun of Tron, but also a lot of people think it's Sam Bankman-Fried. And to be honest, if it's either Justin Sun or Sam Bankman-Fried, I'm not surprised whatsoever because Justin Sun, he's known as the supervillain of cryptos. He's known to do, a bunch of sketchy stuff as well behind the scenes, but when it comes to SBF more specifically, with his connections with Alameda Research, running a hedge fund, all this type of stuff, it's more likely that it is Sam Bankman-Fried. However, Sam Bankman-Fried has denied this. He says that he made a lot of big mistakes this year, but he says that this wasn't one of them. He says there is no evidence because it didn't happen. Please focus on your own house. And right here, he's responding to Zusu, who's the co-founder and former CEO of the now defunct Three Arrows Capital. And look, there is no evidence as of right now. I agree, it's all pure speculation. We'll have to wait and see. But besides that point, again, right, arbitrage trading, manipulating markets, causing things to crash, this is in SBF's playbook. This is his go-to moves right here. This is how he got rich, because if he didn't do all of this type of stuff, he wouldn't be as rich as what he was before. So yeah, I have these skeptical hippo eyes when it comes to Sam Bankman-Fried doing this type of stuff. Again, there is no evidence, pure speculation, but a lot of people do think it is SBF, and I wouldn't be surprised if it actually is SBF. And even Do Kwon of Terra Luna is chiming in on this because he also thinks that it might be Sam Bankman-Fried, because when we take a look at the Terra Luna crash, in order to actually depeg UST, a person would actually need a lot of UST in order to do that. Genesis, not too long ago, needed a $1 billion loan. And they said that the reason why they need this $1 billion loan was because of exposure to not only Three Arrows Capital, but also FTX as well. Genesis could have potentially loaned $1 billion worth of UST to Alameda / Sam Bankman-Fried. And is that the reason why they need this $1 billion loan now? Because Alameda / SBF couldn't pay them back? Very suspicious, right? And Do Kwon is agitated. He's saying that I think the time has come for Genesis Trading to reveal if they provided the $1 billion worth of UST shortly before the crash to SBF or Alameda. The purchase from Luna Foundation Guard was represented as stemming from interest to participate in the Terra DeFi ecosystem, not to provide ammo for a pegged attack. And also, something else that's very suspicious, Alameda borrowed 9 figures in Bitcoin from Voyager on depeg dates and asked other large firms to borrow more, 10 figures. I mean, all of this right here is so suspicious, right? Right before the Terra Luna crash, SBF, wanting to get a lot of loans through Alameda for whatever reason, potentially borrowing $1 billion worth of UST from Genesis. It seems just so suspicious, and really all arrows are pointing towards SBF and Alameda. And if SBF and his roommates, along with Caroline Ellison, actually caused this Terra Luna crash to happen, wow. I mean, I'm not surprised they are in the position they are in today. And why do I say that? Because, in this world, the way I take a look at it is that you get in what you put out. So when you're projecting negativity, all of this craziness, for example, in the case of SBF, right? causing Terra Luna to crash. Imagine the investors that were affected, their families, their livelihoods, people who actually depended on this to actually create life-changing wealth. They don't take into consideration how damaging mentally it could be for these people who lost with UST and Terra Luna, and also including myself. I lost a lot with Terra Luna, and of course it sucked. It really did suck. But hey, what can you do about it, right? So in the case of Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda, if he did cause this, man, I'm not surprised he's in the position he is in today. Make sure to subscribe for the latest and greatest daily crypto news and content. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.